Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. There's a lot more you could do with this shape. And this is a screenshot if you want to take a screenshot. It's really pretty easy. We're going to take a rectangle or square and hit P, put it in the center of the page. Then I'm going to get my shape tool set on scallop corners, and I'm going to bring this in to get this shape. Now, I don't care what size that is. In a tool I never use, I'm going to use it. So I'm going to take regular ellipse. I'm going to make it about that size. I'm going to hit P. But I want a circle from here to here. I'm going to use a tool I very seldom ever use, and I used to not know what it was for, the 3-point ellipse tool. And I'm going to go from that node to that node and then hit the control button. And look at that, it put a perfect circle that distance. Same thing here, from that node straight upwardly, hold down the control button, and it made a perfect circle. Now all we have to do is take away 2 lines. We're going to delete that line and delete that line. And depending on your size of the circle, you'll get a different shape almost every time you do it. Let's use a different color this time than that blue. Let's say that burnt orange and put it right there. Now I'm going to nudge that out of the way because I can either nudge this or move it. I normally don't delete it, but I've already got one in case something happens. Now I'm going to use a little different interactive fill tool on this one to see if I can't get it to look a little better. I'm going to use the interact, and you could use almost any shape with this. We're going to take and put black on that edge. And I really want maybe a little bit of black on this edge. That might be too much black. And you know what? Let's try putting a black right there, and then take that burnt orange and put on both sides of it. I want to try something that make it look a little different. We're going to call that okay. Control D to duplicate it, alternate C to have it rotate from the center of the page and rotate it 90 degrees. Control D, Control D. Yeah, it's okay. This would be a good one to clone. Let's just go with, I haven't cloned anything in a while. Let's go to edit and clone. Move one out of the way. This is our clone curve. This is our control curve. So I'm going to move this one back. I'm going to Control D, alternate C, put it back 90 degrees. Control D, Control D. I can freely move this one. Let's put a yellow or black box around it just to kind of see when we get the interactive fill tool, we'll be able to see in what I call real time. See how it moved that just a little bit? And, this way, look at that. That's almost done. Because look at the shadowing in there. You could move the whole thing, and you're going to get different looks whenever you do. That's why I really like the clone tool. If you're going to think that's too black down there, I really think I hit it on the nose. And you know what? We could put white instead of black in there. It kind of, if we bring this back, that doesn't look too bad. And see, here we got it almost perfectly cornered. If we change the angle, look what it does to our clone. Now the bars are completely separated. We're back here, they're like one bar. Anyway, and as always, when you want to get rid of, if you get your clone and hit delete, it'll delete everything. So select the 5 group object or the 5 object, go to group and ungroup them, and then take tell you what, you got to go and probably break them apart is what I wanted to do. Go to object, break the 5 objects apart, or we'll Control K. Anyway, kind of a fun project, and you can see the hairline. So you could do orange lines, you could do black lines, and whatever you think looks the best. You'll never draw this, but thought you might learn a few tools or something. Anyway, I hope that helped. Thank you for watching.